Plus.
Command
You
line.
incremented by 152.
What's up, gamers? We're recording now. Go, go,
We're
go.
recording? Oh my god, welcome
Oh
to
my
Fuck Back.
god.
Holy shit.
Finally.
Oh my god. It's a new welcome back.
It's a whole
It's a
new fucking world out here.
Whole
new everything.
world.
Whole new everything,
I
whole
don't
new
know a
car,
movie that's from.
whole new alternator. Still no new front porch.
No, the front porch situation, that'll take a minute. Apparently.
Pain.
Yeah, Ricardo doesn't live with a busted front porch, but we do.
A whole new world and a whole old porch.
Yeah.
Well, 3/4 of an old porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Porch remnants.
All right, gamers, what's up? Welcome to Command X Season 2, which is just called Command Line, but it's written Command X. If you want it, if you want to get really fancy, call it Command Lines. Okay, you two have been fucking theory crafting like crazy the last few days. Would you like to, in lieu of a recap, would you like to provide just some bullet points for Danny? I want him to be, in on some of your thoughts.
Where to start? I mean, you listen to that album.
Or wait, do we start with a quote? I literally forget.
We start with the quote, Roma.
Oh, okay. Well, don't worry. I literally already have it queued up. Bam.
It's like Clone Wars.
Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't curse us.
But also, your numbers are fucked up, like they always are.
What do you mean?
No, it makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Simon! Don't scare me like that. Anyone want to take a crack at it? I'm gonna nominate Ricardo because I want him to have as much intergagement as possible.
Intergagement. Damn. Old concept. Okay. Season 2, Episode 1, An Old World. It's all suddenly obvious to you. You just have to concentrate. All the energy and time you've wasted, it's a sin. But without the experience you've gained, taking risks, taking responsibility for failure, how could you have understood?
Yeah.
Wow, I just watched a wave of guilt wash over that webcam.
Correct.
Perfect. You're literally psychic. Calm down.
No, method acting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So
Method acting is really unhealthy for someone playing Jack.
You don't say.
Roma, honestly, I think it would be best if we just got right into it.
No, that's what we're... Okay, yeah. I just wanted you to include Ricardo in later, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Man. Been fucking waiting for this shit. Okay, if I open that, is it fine? Yes. It goes on this one. Good.
I am afraid when you say things like that.
Good.
Like who says things like what?
I've been waiting for this, Roma.
I've been waiting for this. Says Akihiko Sonata.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to think of which character says that. It's him.
Yes, I know his full name.
I also know his name.
Is that Microsoft Edge on your... Okay.
Yeah, because it's a PDF editor.
Are you looking at mine, or are you making fun of
that's
Simon
fine.
right
No,
now?
I'm looking at size.
Okay. Mine also has that, but that's because that's for work, dude.
Mm.
It's a quarantine for all my work shit.
Understandable.
All right. We open on a dark and thunderous night. There are many small figures huddled up to their tents as they are buffeted by wind and rain. But they're all standing outside and they're watching a procession of three cloaked figures as they each carry a torch into the mouth of an open cave. They all have what's it called? They all have they're all greeted by a small hunched over figure standing strongly against the wind and rain right at the mouth of the cave, and they are all marked upon their forehead with a this figure takes their thumb into a small like bowl, and they take red tree sap and they spread it across each of their foreheads before they descend into the cave.
So like something like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Dragon's blood.
They descend by themselves into the maw of this cave, and they each take turns when they after climbing down to the dark for a short while. They there's a small fire set in like the base of this cave, and there is and just as they were promised, there are 3 sets of chains attached to the wall, and they all take turns helping each other, and they each chain their own wrists to the wall. The chains are long. They're like 4 feet long. They're ceremonial, Ricardo. I see that face you're making. Anyways, outside, the storm rages. Meanwhile, we cut back to you guys. You're riding on that train before, and it comes to its bone-crunching halt when it runs off the end of the track. And when it does, you 3 are there, and we're riding it in your like black like ghost form.
Mm-hmm.
Or like your spirit rather.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that the train crashes, and you wake up in this room with the 3 figures chained to walls.
Well, say more.
You are still in your like phantom state.
Okay.
These 3 seem to be like either asleep or like catatonic. They're non-responsive to your presence. But you 3, like, you come out of the fire in the middle of the room, and it and like when you come up out of it, like crawling out of a tunnel, and when you do, the fire like gets larger and taller behind you. When you step out of it, you're no longer like a black phantom. You have, instead of like a black smoky quality to you, you are like a ghost made out of fire.
I see.
What do you do?
Describe the chained people physically.
Um,
What do they
you
look like? What are they wearing?
they're wearing like they're each wearing like a body concealing like huge cloak that's like pure white. Um
Mhm.
yeah, their heads are like slumped over. You'd have to touch them to get a good. You'd have to like move them around in order to get a good look at them.
Okay. Well, I'm still reeling at having gotten us killed, so actually, yep.
I try to lift the hood off of the one in the middle.
All right. When you do that, um, when you do that, you like brush against the cheek of this creature, and um, a little bit, and like through through its eyes, like its eyes like are open and they are like staring at you, and it starts to like slowly draw bits of your flame in through its eyes. Um. Oh. Yeah. You guys are like. Oh, and when you do that, your flames go from like a dim red to like a brighter gold, and you look upon this creature, and it's some sort of like strange looking like hybrid animal. Um, it has like a long like snout face, and like its hair is like wool, and it has like horns that grow out of its head and like curl backwards into like round little spins. Um, yeah, that's what it looks like. Its hair is white. It like begin uh the like absorption through its eyes, like it gets faster and faster until um you are like being actively and like fully consumed by it. Um, and then it starts to uh uh you make um you don't have to make a roll for this, but you make the deepest connection possible.
They made a roll for it.
They made a roll for it.
Mhm.
Um, your new body starts to contort and like warp, um, maintaining some aspects of itself, but also gaining new aspects. Ricardo, think for the next couple minutes, or go off straight off the cuff. What do you want your character to look like in season 2? And
I'm not
everyone else
prepared for this.
and everyone else start thinking about it.
See, okay, so like when you revealed these three figures, I immediately went, "Oh, that's our new bodies." But I did not think about what they would look like, or that I would need to make something up. Oh shit. Okay.
You can say everybody follow suit if anybody else wants to take the lead.
So I just watched all that happen.
Yes.
Hmm. What happens if I try to speak? I mean, should I just go and then you'll tell me?
When you do that, it does not come out in this. You do not have a voice in this like plane.
Right.
You don't have like muscles with which to push air molecules around in order to speak. In, Psycho Train World, it's Psycho Train World.
Mm-hmm.
Is there air there? Shrug. A body will be kept alive there. That's all that's all I'll say about that.
I'm gonna walk up to this thing. Can I tell that it was Danny?
That Danny
and not
went
Jack
into it?
who went into it? Yeah.
Yep. I'll say it is violently contorting into whatever thing Ricardo was going to describe as his character. Like it is not like in pain, and like Danny, you're not actively in pain, but your body is like twisting.
Yeah.
You might be growing like taller and shorter. These things are like these figures are like really short. They're like maybe like 3.5 feet tall.
I assume it like kind of looks like what happens when you get akumatized.
No, I think it's a little more Cronenberg-y than that.
A little more fleshy.
Yeah, no.
Magical.
Yeah, no. There's like blood coming and like soaking into the cloak you're wearing. If that cloak wasn't there, this scene would be rated R.
Okay.
No, like you can hear like bone crunching happening under the cloak. And
I mean, sorry, Ricardo. I'm gonna watch this whole thing before I do anything else. So balls in your court, unless Jack wants to do something.
Hey Jack, do you have a design that you wish to do? I'm telling you, you can get a little wild with it.
Okay, when you say a little wild with it, all right. Okay.
Oh, Danny, go ahead and put an upside down equilateral triangle on the back of your character sheet.
Yo, let's fucking go. In what orientation in relation to the old one?
Overlaid.
Like Judaism?
Yeah, like
the Star of David? Okay.
Yeah, like the Star of David, dude.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Man, this is really tough. Coming up with a character design is time consuming for me.
Well, you'll have opportunities to change it later. So feel free to leave yourself a blank canvas.
Okay.
Well, not a blank canvas. Give yourself at least a little description. Oh, and I will also encourage you to flip your character's sex if that feels right to you.
Roma, that was obvious. You did not need to.
Look, Simon, you have to remember, I'm speaking not just for your sake.
That's true.
We're back.
Now, this is the second time I'm going to ask you this in a game. How much of this is unconscious, and how much of this is determined just by not us? How much of it is determined unconsciously, and how much of it is determined consciously?
I will say that none of it is determined like consciously by your characters.
Okay.
Yeah. You are mainly just gem fusing with these sheep dudes.
Okay.
If you want one of them to be a goat as a base, that's fine. be a goat.
No, I have one.
Well, that's a goat that was just pictured.
That's Starbucks.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
Oh.
I'm saying that for Tarbuk. Tarbuk, you can be a goat if you want.
Okay.
Now, would you like to attempt to describe what your character, Jack, you subsume into this being, you make the deepest connection possible. What how will you come out on the other side?
Okay. If you start with
You're not allowed to say Al Pacino or Kurt Russell, okay? You have to.
I was gonna say, if you start with Al Pacino's nose and eyebrows, and then like Kurt Russell's like chin and forehead, and then like model that onto a clay face, and then stretch that a little bit so that it's goat-y, and then get those horns in there. In particular, Kurt Russell from Escape from New York. That hasn't come out yet, but whatever.
Al Pacino guy looks like a pervert.
This Al Pacino guy, you haven't seen any Al Pacino movies?
No, I've seen.
He's space blind.
I've seen.
Oh, right.
I've seen The Godfather. I've seen. That's The Godfather Part 2. Yeah, I've seen that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've seen that. Scarface. I've seen that.
Okay. I always think of him in that Keanu Reeves movie.
I can remember what the Scarface guy looks like.
This is closely tied into our recent discovery about you.
What, that I'm face blind?
No, that you don't record sounds in your brain as sounds. You record text files and you have an impression of sound.
Yeah.
Okay. I look like this, but
Whoa.
more
Whoa.
dude-like and green.
More green, more dude-like.
More dude-like?
Yes.
So, like, do you mean Andro dude-like, or you're a dude?
I am a dude. I just really like how the horns are in this picture. That's why I picked it, and the outfit.
Dang, is the only one who's transing their gender gonna be the female of the group?
No.
That's what I'm hearing right now.
Why do you assume that that's going to happen at all?
Oh, I thought.
Because you're of the three of us, you're the most likely to tran.
No, I when I said earlier, like, oh yeah, lean on that. I meant.
Oh, do you? Okay. I just
you
look like
have
this
to if
thing.
you don't want to.
You don't absolutely have to, but
No, okay. So
Seems.
okay, yeah. I look more dude, as in I look Andrew, but I look more green.
Okay. Why are you?
I want that then.
Question.
The two genders,
What-
dude and green.
What way are you green?
I'm green in a way that doesn't look dumb.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
no,
like-
I get you. I get
So,
what you
like,
mean.
do you have hair that is green? Do you have skin that is green?
Yes, I have skin that is green.
Like a light shade of green, like a mint green.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're like a
Not
you're
Not
like,
like ugly green.
and you're
Not
like,
like a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
no, you're like a light, like a World of Warcraft orc or something.
Yes. Imagine like a real person or like real life skin if it was green.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you're a butch lady.
No.
You're Andro.
Think Testament. Except
Think-
not as femme,
Okay.
I guess.
Original Testament, pre-Strive Testament.
Yeah.
Okay. Is your character? I need a little bit of clarification on the gender status of.
Do you?
Well, I mean, I don't. You're really putting me on the spot here.
It's not like required, but
I've heard literally the entire gender spectrum from you for this one character design, and I'm just like, guy, what is it?
I don't think that's true.
I also don't think that's true, but it's funny. They them.
Okay, sorry. Can you tell me
More
the
like he they. More like
Can
he
you
they.
tell me
More
the
like he
sex
they.
of your character? I'm just wondering. Or is it deliberately ambiguous?
No, they have a dick.
Okay.
They have a dick.
Is it? I gotta ask. Given the things that we have done collectively, I gotta ask: is it like the movie God Told Me to? Is that what you just did?
That's so funny. No, that's not what it is. No.
If
That's so funny.
is it though?
I think it's funny, but no.
Does someone turn into a goat?
Okay.
I don't. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, everyone in that movie is
Yeah,
trans or something.
I don't even want to say it.
Then
I
don't.
I
Don't
want
do it.
people
To
if you're
watch the
curious,
movie.
like
Leave the
if you're
intrigue.
curious what got that huge reaction, just watch the movie.
It's an interesting movie. It's not good. It's interesting.
Yes. Many of the things that I watch are interesting and not good.
Roma, if you'd like, I can talk about my character.
Okay. And
Yeah, that'll feel fun.
Scroll up a few ticks in your.
yeah.
So this.
I just wanted to lock in. Sorry, I just wanted to lock in Danny's thing. You are light green skin. Do you have like animal fur or just like human hair?
Take the picture literally.
Okay.
Take the picture literally.
Okay, fine. I will attempt to describe this Dragon Age fuckfest as a goat person. You've got like spiral twirling up horns. You've got orc skin. The orc skin, I really don't know where that's coming from, but you know what? Go nuts.
Just no, like okay, literally imagine
It's human
this
skin,
same,
but it's green.
yeah, like light green. Let me let me look for something that I think matches.
Human skin generally has like undertones of being kind of orange, basically. Like pretty much all human skin is somewhere in the orange zone. What if it were somewhere in the green zone? How's that? Gotta do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't need more images that I have to do the homework of describing. Thank you.
I'm just trying to find you a shade to like compare to, like the fucking the gay elf from Adventure Zone.
Who doesn't have a canonical color and flips constantly in fan art?
Okay, but we all know what Taco looks like anyway.
I don't.
Like algae? Is that the color?
No.
Show is falling apart.
It's your job to fucking. I tried to help and you did not, and you denied my help.
Some amount of prep on this would have been appreciated. Like
No.
You vastly underestimated our screwing around capacity.
I tried to get you back on the
a task like
rails,
this.
and you ousted me.
I'm being gaslighted right now. That's what's happening. Okay, back to describing Danny's fucking character. Jesus.
I don't know if there's more.
Yeah, you got spiral horns. They go up. You got green skin, white hair.
Yeah.
White hair. Gotcha. That looks vaguely human, although it also looks like spaghetti sauce poured on spaghetti without the sauce, just poured on someone's head. Although that's a Dragon Age model for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ricardo, is this
how tall is
Yes.
this they them andro?
6 foot. Exactly.
You can go much higher than 6 foot if you want.
Nah, 6 foot.
All right.
Much higher? What the hell is happening?
Much higher means that you can go to like 7'4" before I start telling you to rein it in, buddy.
Okay, what I imagined was 7'2", so there we are.
There you go.
Yeah. You still have to fit
Because I think it's a monster, and I think monsters are big.
Yeah.
All right. Simon, it's your turn.
Okay. the image that is being shown on screen, it is this sort of like deer antelope looking animal that has interesting like I said this earlier, I forget if that was on recording. This animal feels like it has traits of like a predator, where it has like a long, thin snout, and eyes sort of on like the front of their head. These ears that are like pointed back very sharply, shorter and like pretty straight horns. They have a very subtle curve to them.
They look like a war fork, like a medieval war fork.
Yeah, like yeah.
It's a deep V.
Mm-hmm.
But they become parallel as it goes up.
Yeah, the second one is more just like horn design, generally vaguely humanoid features, I think. Might be like fuzzy around where like human facial hair is.
Okay.
And then there is a quality that I can only describe as like, you ever see like a fashion model who is like so quote unquote attractive that they have this like uncanny valley bug person kind of look to it, like a Tilda Swinton vibe.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's pretty clear.
Yeah. 5'2".
Can I tag some other people in that?
Sure.
Timothy Chalamet is a Tilda Swinton.
Yeah. This sort of like ethereal, like too beautiful to look like a real human.
Adult Finn Wolfhard is a Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
David Bowie was a Tilda Swinton.
Oh, 100%. There's definitely some David Bowie. And I don't want it to, I'm not trying to say like, oh, my character's fucking gorgeous. What I'm trying to say is that they look uncanny in a way that maybe you could say that they're like, oh, fucking ethereally beautiful or whatever, but because they're like a fucked up animal person, it is also definitely unsettling.
This is what I mean by green skin.
Not that bad.
You know, this is what I mean by green skin. It's just like slightly greener than this.
Right.
I hope that helped. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Man, these two things firing together have me think of Zesty Gourmand, the unholy pony love child of Voldemort and Tilda Swinton. AKA Tilda Mort.
Yeah. So that's my answer. 5'2", scrappy, kind of like, definitely got some like fake woods scamp energy.
Gotcha. I like it. Tarbuck, hit us. Clean up hitter right here.
Okay. So you know how a child draws a house as being a square with a triangle on top of it? Take that, flip it around. That's the approximate head profile that we have over this person.
Okay.
Like the split mind between an angular thing and like clenched knuckles, with horns that make a smooth 3/4 swoop coming off.
Like very traditional goat horn.
Well, I think of goat horns as being just like little fingers.
No.
Well, I look at different goats than you do, then don't I?
Like a wild mountain goat with the big.
Yeah, they're pretty thick here.
Yeah.
7'2".
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of the body, very like filled out. Not Arnold Schwarzenegger huge, but definitely a lot bigger than Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
There's the fur is like comes in over the cheeks, and like as it goes out, it turns into like mutton chops.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So you have like a handlebar. You have like a mustache that goes to your chops made out of fur.
Well, it only comes in to here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they just like point inward.
Yeah, it starts in there and it widens out.
They line
and
the
then
cheekbones.
Then it comes up there. Let's see. Do I have meaningfully other aspects? Oh, I'm gonna zoom in on hands. The hands are really messed up. Like you have like two spots of what is clearly hoof material, fingertips and knuckles, meaning that there's built-in like cestus to this creature.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. All right. Yeah. You all uh do I need to say the line? You all come to uh naked feet wet in a pool of blood.
Mm.
Yeah.
Um and you think it's time to exit this cave. You get your chains off. And the fire in the like center of this cave like goes out all at once, like suddenly. And yeah, it goes out suddenly when you like remove the last shackle from yourself. Um feel pretty good. You start to climb like out of this cave. It's very
What is it?
Yes.
What does it smell like here?
Um it smells like outside there's like a wonderful like meadow of flowers.
Mm.
Um it smells very good.
Yeah.
All
right.
You start to climb out of this tunnel. And your bodies are feeling like a lot leaner than you're used to. You know, your guys, you had like pretty, you weren't exactly bodybuilders. Probably Jack was like the strongest guy, and like, he was kind of just a guy.
Yeah.
He's just a little rough and tough sometimes.
I did just do pull-ups in the door frame just cuz.
Yeah. But now you all feel like you're a tuned fucking machine. And you clamber out of this hole. The night has passed and the storm has subsided now. There's a bright like sunrise that meets you as you come up out of this cave. And you are met by a very small figure to relative to you guys. There's like a little you got a little guy who's here. And they have like a cloak kind of similar to yours, and they have like a long cane. They have a long cane like staff, and there's a lot of other like little goat people of fairly consistent like shapes, but like they're like different ages. You can tell some of them are old, some of them are like basically newborn. And there's one out here to meet you who looks like they're at a healthy age, whatever that means for these things. They uh they greet you when you come out of the cave, and they say, yes. Have you? They ask you, is is it done? Have you did it work? And like the crowd like awaits the crowd awaits with bated breath.
Definitely just look like left and right to the other two.
Oh, also I should note, they don't speak English. They speak some other language. You don't know what it is. But
But
whenever
we
you,
understand it.
yeah, whenever you got these new you realize it just when they start to speak that you got whenever you like took this body over, um you like start to remember things about um these things like past, and like you can remember how they speak. They don't have like a word for what their language is, but it's very like hard to describe it for linguists. It probably has like a lot of extra vowels. It has a lot of extra vowels compared to like like a modern language, which is usually like 4 or 5. Um, and sentence it and like words kind of slur together and almost sound like like bass growls or like grunts. A lot of the time, but like they are discernible to you. You speak the language as if as naturally as your previous.
Hmm. Can you give us the line read on the question again?
Um, the line read on the question was, did the ritual complete? Have you did it work?
Yes.
We've been
Now, do you say that in English or?
probably. I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna say no.
Okay.
you're gonna say no. You
Yeah, but that totally like
catches the
done
tone.
with everything sound is there.
Okay, okay. Um,
And it like the answer is curt and brief like that.
yeah. There's a instead of like a celebration, there's more of like a chill that kind of goes through everybody
Mhm.
here as they're like, oh wow, okay, well if this worked, then we have a lot of then that one like it's good that worked. So there's like the initial emotion of like it's good that worked,
Everyone's like,
but
"Oh wow!" But
um
then I imagine there's like a realization moment of like, "Oh shit, there's work to be done."
yeah,
Then,
yes,
Implication.
yeah.
that's that sort of thing. Um, you start to remember, and um this little guy in front of you, he said he starts to introduce himself. He introduces himself as Hoshama, um and he starts to explain um things starts to explain like things to you as if he's not sure whether you understand them or not. But
Mhm.
before that happens, you take a deep breath at one point. Um, maybe you first, Sheila, but then everyone else is breathing naturally now that you're out of the cave.
Hmm.
It smells incredible out here. In fact,
Mhm.
it is invigorating you to an extent that you have like never felt before. Um, and like it feels like strength is like pouring into you from just like breathing the air.
Mhm.
You feel like your senses are much heightened compared to how they were. Um, like you could see like blade, like you could count individual blades of grass in like there's a you're in like a little, I'm not gonna call it a field of tents, but like it's a rocky like yellow, um yeah, there's like yellow rocks around this like cave entrance, and around it, like going down the hill, is like quite a number of tents. There are like little uh conical like huts basically that are like put together, weaved together with like uh some sort of like burlap or cloth, and they're like usually huddled like under some trees that are kind of sparsely spread around. Like there might be one every 100 feet or something. It's kind of, and off to your left is like a savanna almost, um, or like a rolling plain, like more like a rolling plains of like a golden meadow, and off in the distance, you can see like a beachfront. The sun is um the sun is out. It looks like it's morning right now. It's like kind of low in the sky, but the sky is blue. Um uh your Like I said, the air itself feels like it is invigorating you. Jack, you would compare it to the feeling of heroin,
Okay.
like a shot of heroin with every breath.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Heroin, known for its invigorating feeling.
I'd call it lifting and like hot lava in your blood.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah.
I take our run.
Okay. Yeah. You totally ignore whatever the fuck this guy is saying to you. You feel fucking great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No, you all have like a shit ton of energy right now.
Yeah.
Like you just went from I think oh shit, I just died, to like maybe you're in heaven. Like you're literally thinking that.
Do we remember anything?
Um Things, your mind is distracted at the moment. Before,
Yeah.
I'll say for the sake, before you, as you like climbed out of the cave, your memories became a little hazy. Like you could probably still remember your name, and you could probably remember the general like contours of your life, but they are also like kind of, they're not being overwritten, but they are being, but like you might remember something and it's like, oh wait, no, that's my life as a goat previously, up until now, or like that's my life as a sheep. That's not my life as like a person in the modern day where everything sucked and I hated it. You remember a lot of like when you look back on, on your sheep memories and your brain, it's a lot of like walking, uh eating like very very tasty like fruits, and some like a lot of like different, not foley is sound effects,
Foliage.
yeah, like eating fucking grass in this meadow. You also know that you've walked you've journeyed from a long way away. But that's the last thing on your mind right now, because because Danny just wants to run and be free as a bird right now.
Frolic.
You take off, and like your individual leaps, like you take off like into a run, and like when you like jump, it's like moon jumping.
Oh shit.
Um, there's you would be setting Olympic fucking records with this sprint.
You said this little guy was like explaining stuff to us.
Yeah. You are not in a state in which you could focus on anything he's saying.
What if I would like to be?
Then roll separation.
Okay.
First roll. Yeah. So
is there new system nonsense that I should be aware of?
Not for this. Let's see, let's go over here real quick. See if I open this over here. Gotcha. No, you should be good. Go ahead and make the roll as you normally would.
27.
Oh, that's a nat 20 plus 7. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, that's
I think that's how she focuses her energy, is that it's like data processing. That feels in character.
yes. You manage to distance yourself from this like overwhelm. You got literally like the one result that I'd be like, oh, it worked.
There you go. That's the second time I've done that, by the way. Thank you.
Yes. All right. You managed to restrain yourself. Jack, do you want to try and resist it, or do you want to run off with Danny for a little bit and frolic?
So there's a savannah off to the left, right?
Yeah. It's all like slopes down into an ocean that's like maybe like a kilometer like downhill.
Okay. I'm going up and downhill.
Up and downhill?
Yes, as in go down a ways, go back up a ways. I want to be more vertical than horizontal.
Okay. You're just running.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that you like run through the camp, and you like run and prance through this camp, and people that were not like waiting all many hours, or who knows how long, for you guys to come out of that cave. They like see you prancing in like a new form that they've never seen before, and they're without the context of the ominous thing you said as soon as you came out, they look upon you and they feel inspired.
Should we all make that Star of David on the back of our character sheets?
Oh yeah, you can do that now. For the record, in case it wasn't in the recording, I just said draw an upside down triangle on top of the triangle that you already have. I didn't say draw a Star of David on your sheets.
Yeah, we already had a triangle.
That'd be getting very explicit.
Correct.
There has to be some amount of abstraction to this.
Yeah.
All right. Sheila, you totally fucking unplug your emotion, your like physical sensation enough to where you can stoically stand without actually, here's what I'll say. You just stop breathing because you feel like you don't need any more.
And I think what she does further is like crouches down to be at eye level with this guy. I was imagining this form having like very like rodent-esque legs.
Yeah.
They're like long and thin and spindly.
Okay.
Jumpy.
Cool.
And yeah, she's like
a jerboa.
Yes, precisely like a jerboa. Like she's like all the way tucked down and just like probably just like running a finger through the dirt back and forth just to like have any sort of,
Yeah.
To get any amount of that like physical, mental disorientation.
Yeah, to have
Exude.
something to focus on.
Yeah, for my body to focus on.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, at least you're off prancing. You can have some exposition.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah. Oshama goes on to say, that, it is good that it. Oh, I see that fucking scary, that scary image now. I just saw that of that horrific like horseman from in Danny's picture or whatever. That's from a movie. It's weird.
That's a good movie. That's a 10 movie.
That's a
Anyways,
banger
sorry.
movie. It's fucking weird though.
Yeah. The title of the movie spoils the movie if you start with this picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. He explains to you that you the storm subsided a the storm subsided like days ago. That's what he leads with. He leads with to you that leads to you that the storm subsided a few days ago, and when that happened, we knew that that was our first confirmation that our foresight was true. And now that you're here, I think the weight of what we must do is settling in amongst everybody. Everyone around you is like they're starting to like pack up their stuff now that you're out. Yeah. He says, it will be a long journey back. I have to check. I'm checking cardinal direction. Sorry, I had to point with my finger. It'll be a long journey back east. As he's explaining these things, to you, they're kind of none of them are surprising you, but they are just reminding you of like things you know. Like when he references like, oh yeah, he references this like foresight, or like it's like a it is a prophecy that one that you three had. You remember having it.
I see.
Or this new part of you at least.
Yeah.
I think Sheila is like maintaining distance from it. You did get a nat 20 separation, so
That's true.
you have you're like you have built a wall between you and the thing that you are now inside.
Right. I'm just trying to focus on information.
Yeah. You remember a you remember now. I'm gonna say that now you remember that that like prophecy that you had, or like a vision, that like your tribe here was in like great turmoil. They were being pushed out. They were much part of a like much larger like town. Like what you see here is probably like 40 people, right? There would have been like a couple hundred in this town that you came from. And but they knew that not they knew there was a like incursion happening um of like violent beasts from the north. And they were like, they had like taken and like killed a few of you, and people were trying to decide what to do. So they looked to you, and you three were like elders of this town, and you guys performed a ritual in which you attempted to see a way for your people to survive this. Many of them didn't follow you, but you believe that you had to come here as and find this cave that you just walked out of, and that inside you would find your answers there, or you would find your people's salvation there.
Yeah.
Let's see. You also know what the next step said. You don't know what happened to the town after you left. Either people were stubborn and they stayed until they were overrun, or some of some of them may have fled south from where you once lived. You guys headed west for a long time.
How long?
Trying to remember time here is hard. By the way, you're getting a lot of exposition up front because you got a nat 20.
Yeah.
Trying to categorize time here is hard. The sun doesn't set normally. Last night was a, or like the night that just happened is like the third night that all of your people know about.
Okay. All right.
Other than that, it is usually daytime and the sun like swirls overhead.
You mentioned I know what the next step is.
Yes. For the they call them days, and a day is when the sun makes like it makes a full like, it does like a circle
360.
in the top of the sky basically, and when it completes
like
one of those, they count that as a day.
Okay. Like a lap, basically, a circular lap.
Yes. Something I will say though is they are much longer than our days.
Yeah.
Like they are months long.
Oh.
Yes. Anyways, you know that the next step is that part of the sun, which is very big in the sky above you, part of the sun will break off and fall to Earth, and you must go meet it there.
Okay.
You had a vision of like part of the sun like projecting outward and like streaking across the sky for for a long time, and you would follow it to its destination.
Yeah. I think kneeling down to this guy, I think I'd say to him.
He is, by the way, for the record, he doesn't explain all that. You just remember it from him like mentioning things offhandedly.
Right. Yeah. I would like to say to him,
He listens attentively.
Yeah.
In fact,
yeah.
Hold on, wait. How do I? Is it exclamation point R?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. All right, cool. That he is listening attentively.
Yeah.
He listens with his like eyes closed and his head like kneeled down towards you.
Yeah. Me and I say this in his, so he can understand me.
Yes.
Me and my allies have been have awakened anew with you, and I know we are supposed to help you.
He is Hoshama is like chilled at what he finds. So he when he like listens intently and like peers into you a little bit. He is surprised to see like the nature of what has like come to inhabit this person that he once knew. And he like leans he like kind of reels backwards and asks is Janai still in there? And from there we're cutting away.
Yeah.
There you go. Danny, you were frolicking in you're like literally doing like snow angels in this meadow. You're like, this is fucking awesome. This is the best shit ever. I feel like I'm fucking amazing right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say that you and Jack are there together for the sake of I don't want to have 3 different scenes for different people.
Mm-hmm.
I headbutt a tree.
You what?
Want to headbutt a tree?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna say that you do that like in this meadow. Let's say let's put Danny like underneath a tree somewhere, and you see that and you're like, oh, I've got horns. I want to headbutt this tree. You do that, and like your horns like they like break part of the wood off as like splinters. Like your head is rock hard. And like the bark splinters away, and like there are like little, what are they called? What are those little fruits called that are like that we don't eat because they suck? And like
Currants?
No. People eat currants.
called. They're not pits, but they're mostly pit. I don't. They're little like green. Well, whatever. I guess you. Oh, I think they're called. Are they figs? Is figs the word I'm thinking of?
People also eat figs.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fit.
Is it not figs? Okay, whatever. They're like little green fruits that have like a large nut in the center that takes up like half of the volume of the fruit, and then
Like
you
an
like
olive?
not quite, but sure.
Okay.
For the sake, you know what? I'm just describing what it looks like visually, and that's just what these fruit look like. If you think that's weird, fuck you. They're goat men. I don't give a shit. It's a made up fruit.
Good attitude.
I think I'm thinking of dates.
Dates.
People eat dates.
People also eat
Yeah,
dates.
people eat dates, but
But does Roma think people eat dates?
I definitely don't.
That's so funny.
dates totally rule, but they also kind of look like cockroaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine a fig, but there's like a chestnut in the center of it, or something. And they're a little more like ovular, like a bean pod almost.
Man, I really want to know what fruit you're thinking of.
I don't know. I'll look it up later. Anyways, like these like fall from the tree, and one of them falls into Danny's mouth, and he like takes a bite. He takes a bite out of it, or he's just like chewing on it with his big molars. And you're like, oh man, this food's pretty good. I like it, but holy shit, I am hungry. And like this thing is not it's not incredibly filling. There's not a lot of like fruit on the fruit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like those little like berries in Minecraft that give like half a hunger.
yeah, they're it's not incredibly satisfying, and there's a lot on the tree. There's not a lot on the ground right now. Jack, that spot you like headbutted into this tree. The tree is like, it like oozes sap from right there. It's like the same color. That's like the same color as the mark on uh you and Danny's forehead. I guess if you want to call him Danny. But you're pretty sure that one's Danny.
Okay.
See, I wanted it to be like a weird joke where everybody thought Sheila was Danny because he was the shortest one.
No, I'm still the shortest one. Oh no, I get you.
Yeah.
No, Danny used to. Yep, I get you.
Yeah, upon like you headbutt this tree. You headbutt this tree. Danny takes a bite. Danny realizes he's hungry. Do you want to talk to Jack about that, or like
I realize I'm hungry. I go for a swim. Are there fish in the water? Let's find out.
Let's see. Here's what I'll say. Jack, seeing taking a pause by like smashing your head against something, it puts like just a smidge of clarity in your head. You also realize you're hungry. In fact, it feels like you've like never had a meal before in your life.
I'm gonna eat these dates.
Yeah, you partake in them. Like you partake in one like sitting next to Danny. And you find it like it's all right. It's a fruit. It's not incredibly satisfying. There's a few of them, but this tree is like kind of picked clean.
Can you say that again? The tree is what?
The tree is like kind of picked clean. A lot of them that are still on it are like very small, or look like they're still in like a nut form. And like the nut inside is like not. It's kind of more of a rock than food.
Hmm.
Do you wish to, Danny? I'm asking you guys to stick together, but you keep trying to run off from each other.
Dude, Ocean probably has fish. I beckon to Jack to follow me.
Yeah, I just asked for you to speak to Jack.
You beckon to Jack to follow you by saying,
I thought it was
I'm like,
physical beckon.
yeah.
You're next to each other. You're standing next to each other.
Yo, let's try going into the ocean. Maybe there's fish.
That question: do you say that in English or in this new language?
I try to say it in a new language.
I'm gonna go ahead and declare it comes out in Spanglish, in the equivalent of Spanglish for these two languages.
Mm.
But Jack gets you. Jack understands.
Nice.
Jack, do you have a response for that line delivery?
it is difficult to put myself in this headspace right now.
Okay. You are out of it. Like your character is a little out of it. You're basically high as shit.
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Yeah. Don't worry. I think you'll be able to be more normalized as we go on. Uh, Danny, with your sharp. Here's what I'll tell you. There's a. You want some fish?
Yeah, I want some fish.
There's an ocean way over there, but you can smell, and actually you can probably hear. There's like a little patch of trees right on the edge of this meadow, like on the opposite side from where the huts are. Like if you cross the meadow all the way, there's like a patch of like tall dark trees over there, and you can hear like a stream or like a river that is flowing through it.
Yeah, let's go there.
All right. You prance over there, effortlessly. The high is starting to like wear off a little bit. It's mostly replaced by pure munchies. which I'll say are not they're not drug induced. I'll give you that one for free.
That's good to know.
Yeah. No, you just actually are hungry. Yeah, you break into this like little little forest of trees here, and you kind of stop suddenly because once you exit that meadow, you take another deep breath, like trying to keep this feeling going, and amongst the smells of the meadow, or after leaving the smells of the meadow behind, you detect the very sharp smell of blood.
Is Jack still with me?
Yeah, Jack's with you.
Yeah.
Okay, I start to move cautiously then.
Okay, you creep forward through this around a bend, and there's a large bear inside, like at the edge of this river, and it is like there is a lot of like blood in the water around it, and it looks like it is like catching fish. If you watch it for like a little bit, it looks like it is catching fish and like storing them in a log next to it. So it has like a ton of like, there's a lot of fish. Like they fill this entire like huge log next to it. And it's just like dunking its head in, or like, yeah, it's dunking its head in and just like snapping them up. This river is like full of fish that are seemingly all like migrating downstream, like out to the ocean. There's like so many that like they're having to like they like hop up and out of the water. And like the water, probably like the water level of this whole like little stream or river is probably raised significantly by the amount of fish in it. Like there's like hundreds of them like streaming by.
I attempt to scoop one up.
Okay. You approach this bear, and like when you do, you like step on like your steps make noise on the soft ground, and like some gravel like crunches underfoot, and the bear looks up at you, like fish in hand, or not fish in hand, or well, yeah, fish in hand. Ooh, nice. That's a nice drawing. I like the like.
Wow.
I like the yeah, I like the markings on the face. They remind me of Dr. Stone.
Yeah, I just try to replicate the painting.
Yeah,
on the picture. Yeah,
I like it. Your camera's off, by the way. There you go.
Yeah, I had to take it off to take the picture.
Yeah, you see, this bear. It like it has like a fish in its mouth when it like looks up to see you, and then it like reaches up, and you see that it has like a hand instead of like a paw, and it like rips the fish open and like or like rips the fish out of its mouth and like eats half of it that stayed there, and then it throws the rest to the side, and it like stands up tall, um like squaring up to you. I guess you and Jack.
How tall are we compared to the spear? How
You're
tall am I compared to the spear?
how tall were you? I think you said you were like 6 foot.
Exactly 6 foot. Yeah.
Okay, welcome to the middle of the pack. Jack, what were you?
7'2".
Yeah, you're 7'2". This bear is like this bear is probably like 16 feet tall when it stands on its hind legs. It's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It looks like, and now that you're like staring at it, like you thought it would just had like black fur, but like its fur is like swirling in a way that makes it look like it's like it doesn't have something. It doesn't have like something underneath the hair. It looks like it's a cloud that is like a cloud of hair that is like turning inward on itself constantly. It's like fate. It's like head and shoulders are like drenched in this fish blood. Simon's over there just like running numbers.
I'm trying to think of something specific.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. The
You're out of frame.
No, I'm not.
You're not. You're in frame. You're in frame on my screen.
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
Still in
Okay.
frame,
That's what
still in frame.
matters.
All right.
The um the bear speaks. It asks you, or it tells you, this I've claimed this river. Back off.
Do the fish in the river count as being claimed as well? Like you just claimed the river, not the fish.
Oh, it speaks in that same like animal language, by the way.
This is my response.
Do you respond in English? I feel like if you're doing a comedy bit, you may as well respond in English.
Yeah, I respond in English.
I don't think it's comedy there. I think that's a good argument.
I promised you my head, but not my neck.
There you go.
I'm literally being serious. This is why I ask it in response.
It says this food is for me and my lord alone.
Ooh.
Who's your lord?
It responds, he is the crest of the flood, and he claims all life as his own. You start to have over the course of this conversation, you're starting to get that same like exposition dump that I gave Simon. Of like you start remembering like, oh yeah, this is these guys are bad.
Mm-hmm.
They've killed a lot of dudes. They killed a lot of dudes. They've like eaten some of your guys. they have like a they're like a warrior, they're like some kind of like warrior clan that they violate your people's laws, like laws of life.
Hmm. I turn to Jack. Well, what do you think we should do?
All right. How out of it am I right now?
Um,
Has that changed at all?
you can gain some you can gain some clarity if you want. How clear do you want to be right now?
Clear enough to fire spell this guy. You remember my heat thing that I did?
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, where you like superheated something?
Yeah. I'm gonna do that to his knee.
Okay, so what is your instigation stat?
Uh, 5.
5? Okay, okay. Gotcha. Um, yeah, Jack, you try to call upon the you try to call upon like that same uh like fire magic that you
Mhm.
called upon to you not even like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Like you went straight from there to here. Um
Mhm.
so long day. You
Mhm.
started today on a train. Um which I just realized, and man, that's funny.
Mhm.
Um
Man,
and
that's all the same day. That's crazy.
yeah, right? That was like 4 months ago. Um yeah, you like go to do it, and like I'm gonna say literally like an anime like an anime cue. You go to like cast a fire spell, like, oh yeah, I'm hot shit, I can do this, and then like you like get a stomach growl, like your stomach growls like really deep, and then it like it just like fizzles in your hand, like you just like poop out a little puff of smoke out of your hand, and you're like, oh.
Food is an important part of command line for all players.
This is
That fish is looking pretty good right now.
All right. I'm just gonna. Yeah. If we're instigating, we're instigating. I'm taking a fish. Just like if there's that many fish in the river, I'm just taking one
Got it.
and eating it.
I'm gonna say that you just like snap, like, you don't have to roll to get one. I'm gonna say that you
Yeah.
just like snap one up in your like jaws and just like bite down on it.
Yeah.
Like in like one like whip of your neck, and uh you like crunch down on like the brain of this fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um and swallow it. Inside Do you have your new character sheet pulled up? I will pull it up for the sake
Yeah.
of yeah, right in that bottom part down there, fish.
uh,
Okay.
Um uh yeah, when you do that, the bear like has taken this as an act of war upon it. Uh
Good.
and like it charges across this, like through this stream, like like there's so many fish, it is like trampling them underfoot, and they're like being crushed. um uh but before, where you felt invigorated, uh now you feel fucking powerful. uh yeah, go ahead and roll instigation. We're getting into a real fucking scrap right now. Sheila, do you want to come Do you want
Can I
to?
follow him up in eating a fish?
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Uh, Sheila, do you want to have an anime character like Cold Wind blow past you, where you're like, oh shit, I should probably go check on them?
Yes, correct. I do.
Okay. Yep.
I do
Um.
want that.
We cut. Well,
Also,
Jack
I'm guessing I have to mark fish too.
Jack is
Question
gonna
mark.
Jack is gonna clash with this bear, and I want you to imagine that right after. Yeah. Make this roll. We'll see the outcome of it, and then
So,
Sheila will get a vibe depending on how you roll, I guess.
Right.
9. Okay. Okay. I'll say that you know, in your first real acts of violence, you like basically the bear like slams down on you with like one like trunk sized arm, and like you go to you like to block it, you raise up like both hands, and like you have to use your fucking horns, and you jab into
Yeah.
it some, but it uh uh it is unharmed, and its strength is overwhelming. uh Cutting to Sheila,
Mhm.
you probably hear like a bear roar in a distance,
Yeah. That little guy, he asked me like, "Oh, is so and so still in there?" And then it's like,
and then
"What?"
like, yeah, cut. uh
Yeah, I think
and
that's.
I think like everyone in the camp like turns, and like
Mhm.
as soon as they turn, like you realize, oh, something's bad, and you just like take off running.
Yeah, that's like straight up turn go.
Yeah. I'm imagining like, you hear the sound, everyone in the camp turns, and like you're out of shot, and we're looking at everybody like looking past the camera, and then you just like shoot out from behind someone,
Yeah.
flying in the direction of the sound. Danny, make a move. You're in a fight now. Oh, you wanted to eat a fish?
Yeah, I don't know. Wayne the turn. Wayne the turn economy. I could do that. But
Uh,
I do eat a fish.
yeah, don't worry. Turn economy is going to be Jack goes, you go, and then I go. I'm gonna say that
Mm.
Jack is distracting this thing. When it like slams one hand down, it's like kind of testing you. It's like playing with you a little bit, almost, Jack.
Oh,
By
wait a
just
minute.
using, yeah,
You said instigation?
yes.
Okay. I put 4 separation, so add 4 to that.
Oh, so that's a +9.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little different, but we'll get to that in a second. Actually, no, we'll get to that right now. Jack, it like bears this bear like comes down on you,
Hmm.
and it like has like one. It's basically just like using one hand to like push down into your like block, and is like trying to see if it could just crush you like a bug.
Hmm.
Uh, it it is like kind of chuckling to itself as it's like playing with you like food.
Mhm.
Do you want to use the move that is next to instigation on your new sheet? And do you want to read what that says?
All right, let's have a look see.
It's a good move.
Channel raw energy from your food. The food is destroyed. Be changed.
Does
The move is called Ignite.
Yes. Do you want to do that?
Yes.
All right. What part of a fish do you want?
Okay.
All right. There's a temptation to focus on like surface level traits,
Mhm.
but the thing that I think of with a fish is that the skeleton is like this, and then giant pads of muscle are on either side of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I'm taking.
No, these are jumping fish. They are quite strong.
Fish just is
Yeah.
a tube of muscle.
A fish is a tube of muscle.
All right.
Much like a snake.
I'll say
But
that you
fish move way
you know,
faster than
you were
snakes.
pretty lean before, but you like basically like bulk up all at once. I think like
Power
you might
up.
I think you might get like some
Yeah.
I think it might be fair to give you like some you have like some scales in spots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
You can define where those are later. But like with that, you like push the bear like off of you all at once and like onto its back.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you have +9 in a stat, you can use the big move.
Sick.
Is that why you were asking us about what our stats were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, you pulled that back a little bit more because you actually didn't roll a 9, you rolled a 13, and you used a big move and you consumed a resource. Danny, you take a bite of a fish, presumably. You like scramble past this scramble past this bear and just like kind of on your knees and up to your knees in the river, you just like reach down and like grab a fish out of it. And then well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't narrate your character's actions. You should give them the character yourself. But do you want me to? You're nodding.
I mean, you could, yeah. Like I ate the fish.
Okay. I try to give a little more description than that, but that's fine.
No, like that's why I'm nodding. I'm like, yeah, like you could go ahead.
Okay, yeah. You know, you go up to your knees in the water and you just like scoop one up in one hand and then like with the half of a fish, you know, half of that fish is muscle. You just like dig into the base of its gills on like the left side of the fish, and then you just like rip up and like rip half of the back half of that fish off, and then just like slurp it down like your wide animal throat. Write fish on the bottom in that bottom part of your second character sheet. Jack, go ahead and erase yours.
Okay.
You still have that strength, by the way. That strength you got from that fish, that doesn't go away.
Be changed is pretty clear.
Yeah. I'm attempting to be less poetic, more direct. This is the tutorial episode on top of
Be
being
changed
a lot of things.
is very clear.
Okay. Some people don't read all of the words on a page.
I learned something funny about fish, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Yeah, you eat that. You eat that fish, and you are now in a real scrap with this bear. It gets back to its feet, and it is going to get out of its like swirling mass, out of its like swirling mass of its like huge chest, in order to like, and you like pushed it onto its back. In order to like flip over, it like grows two more bear arms out of its like sides, and it like uses them to flip itself over.
Cool.
So like, you know, if the bear is on all fours, on its back is two more arms. Also, and like these kind of like can like smoothly rotate into place. Like no, like almost like this creature doesn't even have a skeleton. Like it doesn't have a defined skeleton. It's just like moving between different. It is constantly like flowing between different states. Yeah. It's like front. By the way, it's like front paws are like hands with fingers. Like they still have claws, but like it has like big like gorilla hands. It's like hind legs or paws though, because like feet, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. It's gonna attempt to fucking eat you now. That it has decided that you are not to be fucked with because there are two of you, and you actually have some fight in you. It it like rakes its claws like through the water really fast, and it like cuts through like a swath of fish and like splashes you, Jack, with like blood in an attempt to like blind you. I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make it roll. Don't worry. We're fair now. We're in like real combat. I didn't add the plus, but whatever. Plus is hidden, I
keep that
guess.
secret.
Guess that's a secret. Yeah. Jack, I'm gonna say that you're blind for a round because you have blood in your eyes.
Okay.
Or maybe that's good for you. Up to you to decide if that puts you in the mood. And
I'm certainly seeing red.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that he it also like you probably like backpedal to try and like get away from it since you can't see. And when you do that, it's gonna take it like chomps down and like it like takes a bite off of you. This is some it like chomps and bites your like left hand in half. Go ahead and just take off a point of instigation for me.
Okay.
Oh,
Sticky note pieces really help.
Yeah, they do. Oh, for the record, so remember how health worked, where you have to like peel off a stat point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Consider your stat points that you're like are on your second character sheet now. So you have 9 as a max hit points, as opposed to before where you have like 15.
What?
So like you see on the new character sheet where it has like separate, connect, instigate. There's +3, +6, and +9.
Okay.
As that's the number of points on the shape.
Okay, but wait. What about the ones on our old character sheet?
We're just gonna round them.
Okay.
If you have a +3, you keep a +3. If you have a +5 or a +7, you get a +6. And if you have a +9, you get a +9.
All right.
I think that's fairly clear. If you have a 1 in a stat, which you don't, but if you had a 1 in a stat, you would round up to 3.
Okay.
7 rounds to 6.
Yeah, 7 rounds to 6.
And so does 5.
So does 5.
Okay.
Same like healing system. Well, not healing system, but same like system of health as before. When you take damage, you remove points in that stat. If you're at full health in a stat, you can use one of the big moves.
Mm-hmm.
So that first point matters, and then that second point is your gap between that and you
Dying.
Dying. And then if you lose the last one, then like you're dead in that stat. At least for until you. Well, does anyone remember how you heal in command line?
Yeah, you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Does that make sense for everybody? I hope that's clear.
Yes. It is clear now that you have explained it.
Yeah. Oh, the top part of that character sheet is just a straight line for you to put your name. Maybe wait until
Okay.
you decide your names.
We have names, yeah. We don't have
Right.
names right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That second character sheet has faded in prominence.
Yeah.
All right. Danny, you got a fish. Jack, you got hit. I'm gonna say Sheila arrives to this scene. Jack, you're covered in blood and half your hand has been bitten off. There's a giant 6-armed, 6-legged bear attacking you, and Danny is just slurped an entire fish into his mouth. Sheila, you are the only sane one in this room right now. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so there's a bear monster attacking my friend.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I would like to connect with it.
Oh, the bear?
Yes.
Fascinating. All right.
And what I would like to do
tell me what you like to do.
is, you know how I was just shot and killed and trampled on like an hour ago?
Yes.
I would like to impart that sensation upon it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as I'm like jump over like the river.
You took my next one.
Sorry.
Okay.
Great minds. I have full. I have full in that stat. So this is a transmit.
Oh, very good. Do you want to
Yeah.
read what transmit does?
Transmit. Broadcast a piece of yourself without regard for distance or barriers.
All right. Make that roll. You got a +9, which is a pretty good stat line.
$25.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you trying to transfer the fear of death into this thing, or are you trying to transfer
Just not even like the fear of death, but just like the raw sensation of it. Like
okay, yeah, like
the pain I felt.
You have died.
Yes.
Okay.
Or at least are in the process of dying. As much as I can like get back, like before my consciousness faded.
Yeah, because remember, you were shot and then just trampled.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't go.
Yeah,
you did not go pleasantly.
Correct.
So let's see. What do I think happens when you try to connect to this bear? I want to say that you definitely do what you set out to do. You communicate this like feeling in an attempt to like stun it, or like impart empathy by force, or however. Mm-hmm. I think when you do that, it's like you see like its eyes in its head like kind of reel back, and like they glow gold.
Oh.
Also, you see like a third spot on its forehead glow gold as it like reels and like tries to cover its face.
I see.
Do
you remember
when? People really being like, "Oh shit!" Colors. Yeah. What I'll say is that it initially reels from this, and then like it shakes itself off, and it like it goes to where it is like a centaur standing on its back 4 legs, and like has its its spine must like go at a 90-degree angle for this to work.
Yeah. It's a bear tor, but it's all bear.
It has become a bear tor, but it is all bear.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it says most are only lucky enough to experience uh the the pleasure of death once, you will have it a second time.
Oh shit.
Okay.
It seems
Oh,
thankful
boy.
for the experience, and it can't wait to impart it onto more living things.
Cool. All right.
Um, I'll say, but during, I'll say you blind it for a round. Jack, go ahead.
Okay.
You blink the blood out of your eyes,
You
and
blink
also you
the
realize
blood.
half your hand is gone. It doesn't hurt.
Well, I have a decent idea of how to get that back. Carpe jugulum. Seize the throat. I'm a jumpy boy. I want
Yes.
to like shoulder check this guy in the throat and then start eating it. We're going all in.
Okay, yeah, no, really going all on it. Yeah, whenever
Yeah.
you consumed that, uh, uh, oh, um, well, we have time for that later. Do that later. Um,
I'm gonna
yeah,
give like a half-hour warning, by the way.
yeah. I got it.
Okay.
Jack, you like, you leap right back into the fray,
Mhm.
and like you cut off what it was saying. I like to imagine you cut off what the bear was saying as it's distracted, and you headbutt it right in the throat with your horns. You probably like dig in
Yep.
with them and like
Yeah.
cause some blood. Uh, Underneath, like it has like all this fur, right? Its frame underneath it seems like really frail. Like it doesn't like break, like it doesn't break easily or something, but like it has hair that gives it like size and form of like this huge muscly bear, but like when you ram your horns into it, uh you like get deep into that hair enough to where you're like, oh, okay, this thing's neck is just like probably about like 6 or 8 inches in like diameter. It's just like stretched really long to like fill this out. So you like probably
Okay, so I can get my arms around it.
yeah, you can get your arms around it. You probably like poke all the way through its neck with a horn, and then just like bite into it. Uh, you get a lot of hair and everything else in there. Oh, I didn't make you roll. Whatever, I didn't make you roll. I forgot to make you roll because I got too excited. I'm not sorry because you got a free hit. Yeah, this thing starts like choking on its own blood. Go ahead and write bear on your sheet.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of its instigation, it's gonna thrash around and like claw at you. It probably like scratches you up, or like slam. I'm gonna say it like slams you into the ground, trying to get you off of it. Which I'll say, do you wanna like break off after you get that bite, or do you wanna just like cling?
I'm going to cling because if nobody else brings this guy down, I have my next move queued up.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So you cling to it. You get some bats and some brews. Take another point off your instigation. Um. Uh. Danny, you're up.
Okay. So here's the goal. There's a river with water in it, right?
Yes, that is true.
I take out big old like sloop of the water. I'm storing it in my mouth.
So this might be strange for you, but I'll say that when you do that, you take in a lot more than what fits in your mouth.
Sick.
Like
Okay.
you probably take in like 25 gallons or something.
Oh shit. Oh, that's like too much. Oh well, I don't care. I don't care.
You can spit it back out.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So is it safe to assume that the back of this bear is facing me?
Yeah. You're like behind
Okay.
it.
All right. So
The centaur bear.
yeah, the centaur bear. I have 9 points in instigate.
Are you about to? You're not about to give this thing an enema, are you?
No.
Okay, good. I was really worried that was about to be what you said.
No. Oh my
I
god.
was gonna be like, dude, what the fuck?
So just like how we said, a fish is just a tube of muscle, right?
Yeah.
You know, a fish could like shoot water out their mouths. That's like a
Oh,
thing that they do.
yeah, that's a thing they do.
Right. I want to shoot a key blast of really hot water onto this bear.
Oh shit! Extra hot water. I like it. All right, go ahead and roll for bubble beam or water gun. I guess this isn't bubble beam. This is water gun.
This is
I was gonna go with
scald.
Scald.
This is
Yeah,
scald.
that's a
Oh,
newfangled move.
oh.
Scald is the king of all water moves.
That's true.
Yeah, it really is.
Nice. I assume that's going to be an ignite because you're doing fish things.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to consume your food. All right. Your throat, like, probably. I'm gonna imagine that your throat like gains like that frog-esque ability to like puff the fuck up.
Mm.
And also like contract with that fish
Brahma.
muscle. Yeah.
It's called a buccal out pocket.
Oh my god. Actually,
Please continue.
God, I live with the dorkiest people on the fucking planet.
I did do a Bionicle video last night, so yes.
Long live branched man.
Yeah. Yeah. You
The branched man.
spray out like boiling water like onto this thing's like back and like hot like hind, I guess, like just all over it.
yeah.
Yeah. I think you probably like yeah, I think you burn it bad enough. Like you probably don't like shoot like a sniper rifle through it, you know? But
No,
like
no.
but like, you know, you blast like the hair out of the way and you like burn this like gross like thin frame that it has with like it has like pink red skin after you burn it like this. And that's enough for it to like tumble onto the ground next to it and like writhe. I think Jack, I think you are the one that finishes it off. Since at this point you'd be on top of its neck, like head in reach.
Yeah. So I would. You can't use the ignite if you're not full up. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I do still have my jaws in its neck, and I've got my arms around its neck.
Yes.
And where there is a neck, there's usually a chest. I would like to find purchase there with my legs, and then, while maintaining my grip, jump as hard as possible.
Oof. Yeah. Roll it, dog.
All right.
Yeah, you guys have like you know, superhuman strength as a baseline.
Ooh,
Take advantage.
great.
Take advantage.
take advantage.
Take advantage. Shh, just take advantage.
I think we gain advantage.
Oh, you might notice there's not a catalyst on this sheet.
There we go.
There you go.
That's 13.
Advantage. That's better. 19.
19.
Yeah. You.
There was a 3 in there.
That's correct. There was a 3 in there. Yeah, I'm gonna say that you just like kick it so hard in the chest, you like break like what would be like a collarbone or whatever, and like some ribs, and you just like kick it so hard that like its heart stops. I'm gonna say that both of its hearts stop.
Good.
One in each side of its chest. And it just like it like can't breathe because it's got a hole through its neck. Or it's got holes through its neck, and like its heart like stops all at once, and then it comes to rest on its back, like in the river. Its blood now draining into the river. Jack, you had some. Jack and Danny, do you think you're satisfied, or are you still hungry?
I'm
still going.
Okay.
I died today. It is indulgence time.
Okay. So I guess I imagine you're like eating the fucking corpse of this bear like a rabid animal.
Yes.
Like whatever you can get to. Danny, are you eating the bear, or are you eating like fish?
I'm eating the fish.
Yeah.
Jack looks kind of rabid right now. I don't want to be near him.
Yeah, you like go over to that like log full of fish that it was storing, and like, you chow down on that like a pig at a trough. Sheila, you're like disgusted at what the fuck they're doing, and you're like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I want to escalate this a little more, because I am still eating its flesh, but I'm also like punching its corpse head.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sheila, you are
crying.
Okay. Yeah, Sheila, you've built that wall, which
boys will be boys.
Which I want to say means that you have like maintained your full like independence from whatever you fused with.
Yeah.
So like whatever Sheila period would think about this, that's how you feel. Would you give us a read on that?
I mean,
this is the closer.
I think she, looks at her now new friends, and like, I think she feels like kind of guilty almost that she is like holding back so much inside. Like they are, her first instinct was, what's going on here? Their first instinct was to indulge, and she feels like she's stifled herself in some way. And so I think what she does is she goes over to the river and like sits down next to it.
Yeah, I think the river goes quiet like all the fish finish passing, and it becomes smooth. Other than the red blood mixing in from the two banks.
Okay. I think I just like to pool some like in my hands, like water with the blood in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she just like says to herself quietly, to new life, and she like slurps it all down.
All right.
That's a fascinating trajectory for Sheila to take.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a good spot to end on.
People evolve.
Clearly.
Yeah.
See you next time in season 2, episode 2 of Command Line Liners.
I can't believe Command Line Season 2 is like Beast Wars Card Captor Sakura. I can't
It's
believe
like-
it. I
it's
can't
like-
believe. Never would I have guessed.